All right, let's get ready to do a banded row. If it's been a little while, make sure to check the band, right? Just to make sure that it doesn't snap on you while you're using it. And then when it comes to where we're going to connect this, so we're going to use something in the house. So right now, as you can kind of see it, I'm gonna use an exercise bike that I'm able to just like loop it around the handlebars. You could choose to loop it around the banister of a staircase, or even those vertical poles of a staircase, like those work perfect. If you have a handle to a door maybe that you're able to loop this around or can knot it around, you can do that also. Just make sure that it's secure and it's not going to snap and hit you, okay? So we want to pay attention to angle of resistance. So that's gonna be, where do I put this band? Let's start there. I want to make sure that my angle of resistance, I'm pretty tall, right? So I wanna make sure that my angle of resistance, when I row and I'm at my end range, notice how this band is pretty darn level, right? Versus if I go too low, you see how my angle of resistance has now completely changed. Now when I'm doing this row, I'm gonna get this more in my shoulders, which I know that you don't want, so don't do it. So we're gonna make sure that we have a level angle of resistance, and that's just paying attention to mechanics, okay? Then when we get ready to do the row, so a row really consists of, I would say 3 different individual positions, kind of like all rolled into one, or 3 individual movements that are all rolled into one. So we're gonna start with a median row. And the first thing that you're always going to do is take those shoulders and pin them down and back. That's the first movement. And then we're going to do the row, which is the pull part, okay? And then at the end, we do a little bit more into the shoulders. Now the reason that we do that, if I go straight into this, okay, this is usually what people will do. They just crank through it, they don't think anything of it. You have a scapula here that is designed to move and assist and stabilize the shoulder. So if you take him out of the equation altogether, you're going to end up with some beefed up biceps and super weak shoulders. So what we want to do is get shoulder blades first, not up towards the ears, shoulder blades first, pulling them down and back, and then the elbow. Now, if I pull this elbow too far back, I get an anterior tilt of the scapula. That anterior tilt is going to cause me more problems in the shoulder and maybe even add some neck and shoulder discomfort as well. So let's not do that. Okay, we're gonna stop it pretty much right when it's pinned at your side, and then the last little bit, what extra squeeze in the shoulder blades do I have there? So from the back, give you kind of an idea. So I'm here, shoulder blades, row, shoulder blades, okay? And then just make sure that you're not, sometimes people will try to elevate the shoulders, and we don't wanna do that either. Okay, now let's put it all together, and we're adding a little bit of resistance. I'm gonna put this guy here. So we're here, we've got a nice little slight bend in the knees. I've got a neutral spine here. I've already got my core engaged, so if I wasn't, where I'm locked out, I would be here, but I'm gonna bend that knee, pull and tuck that core in. And then here, as you're holding the band, you can hold the ends. You can also wrap it if you want a little bit more resistance, or not feeling like you have to death grip those bands. And then from here, hold on, I'm gonna pull back just a little bit because with adding the wrap, I made it really tight. So we got shoulder blades, elbows, shoulder blades, and then come back out. Shoulder blades, elbows, shoulder blades, and then back out. And now we want to combine that and make it all one motion. Okay, and if you got to keep it separated for now, that is totally fine. But we want to get shoulder blades, elbows, shoulder blades.